we have taken the stance essentially from the beginning as libertarian anarchist thinkers that we obviously support the freedom and sovereignty of all people, all individuals. So we're in support of the people of Ukraine in their fight for sovereignty and for freedom. We believe in that.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the massive amount of defense spending that goes essentially at a blank check. I don't.
Ooh, blank check talk.
Yeah, I have immense amount of concern of the track record that the United States has of investing money in countries to aid them in their fights for freedom, and we end up fighting those people a few decades later. So that's a huge concern of mine. And coming hot off the back of Afghanistan, right? The war in the Middle East was the dominant war for the majority of our lifetime. Having a son that's 4 years old, seeing how long that war took place. Another concern that I have is very personal, that if this war turns out like the last one, we'll be there in the time that my kid will be old enough to join the military. And I know just way too many people whose older brothers and sisters went over there and always stood the chance of not coming back for something that they didn't fucking understand. So we have a lot of questions. And I think that the leak of the documents, that came out over the last week or so really kind of legitimized a lot of those concerns,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was big on the boots on the ground thing since the beginning, so I fucking just about danced when I heard that shit. So
I was right.
Yeah.
Have you been following the fallout from the leaker who came from your great state of Massachusetts?
What? No, I actually haven't been following that as much recently. Can you give me a synopsis? I know it happened and I've seen a little bit, but I'm not going to lie, I don't focus as much on foreign policy, foreign affairs, as much as I do like social and economic, social issues within our own country. I have like my anti-war stance that I stand by, but it's definitely not something that I like focus a lot of my mental energy on.
Yeah.
We'll probably change that soon, but
home is very important.
Indeed.
Yeah, I focus a lot more on home.
No, and that's James, one of your listeners. James said the same thing, that he said it's hard with Ukraine because I support freedom, but also understand we have our own issues here.
Yeah,
and I think that's
no shortage of them.
I think there are a lot of people that feel the same way. That as Americans and as the people who for a long time played world police, we want the world to be peaceful. We want it to be.
Didn't they just find out that more people are have died in Chicago from gun violence allegedly, which was like.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about
gun
that.
control, which is like one of the places that has like the highest gun control laws.
Listen, Lori Lightfoot just called. She said, "You shut your goddamn mouth."
Yeah. Beetlejuice said, "No, that's not how we do. It's all because of Indiana, and we all fucking know it."
That's right.
That's generally her take on it every
fascists
time.
Oh yeah,
down
it's
Zeke's
because of the
neighbors,
other
fucking
Zeke's
states.
neighbor.
up north. Zeke
and like
fucking,
Wisconsin
Bilbo.
too, right? Wisconsin has pretty lenient.
It ain't our fault.
laws.
It's the other fucking state's fault.
Yeah.
We're good here.
They're
We got
selling
tons
them
of
the
laws.
guns.
That's right.
Exactly.
But the thing is that they're always gonna get the fucking guns, dude. Like that's what's so. It's like you think that like there's never gonna be guns if you have high like these crazy gun control laws. Like they're still gonna fucking happen. People are still gonna get guns. They're just gonna get them illegally.
Oh yeah.
The people who don't care about the law will continue to not care about the law.
Yeah.
It makes it more difficult for people who fucking have regular jobs and don't have the time to try and find ways to circumvent the law.
Yeah. It's for the people that stole my fucking truck. They're the
So
ones.
isn't it better to make sure that all of the good people are armed to take care of themselves?
Fucking A.
Right?
Yes. You missed out
Yes.
on part one. We were discussing our state's assault weapons ban coming up, and Donovan got pretty based pretty quick, which he usually does.
Are always a hot topic for me. So, especially in the state that we live in, we have usually a pretty decent opportunity to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, the assault weapons ban has been a hot thing for us for a little while.
And if only we can get the Ukrainians to get lit on 3D printing, we might have better outcomes over there.
They be in business over
That's
there.
right. You can't stop the signal. Once, because we brought it up a little bit, we'll put a pretty little bow on it again, so we don't rehash the whole guns thing again.
Yep.
But
Don't you fucking tell me.
once guns are out there, especially now that 3D printing is a thing, you can't stop the signal. There's no way to turn the clock back. Pandora's box has been opened. You can't go You cannot have a future where there are no guns in America, period. No matter how much you want to stop, it's not a possibility. And so it's not even worth entertaining. And any kind of legislation or campaign, platform that thinks that way is just wasted time, because the criminals are always going to have access to them. And all you're doing is neutering the populace by saying they can't. Then that's not even to bring in the governmental level, but we did that earlier today.
Right.
Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat everything.